Welcome to this lecture on Ayurveda. Maybe you've heard of Ayurveda already. Here in the West, we mainly know Ayurveda because of the cookbooks and because of Ayurvedic cooking, but it is much, much more than that. So let's go a little back and see where the roots of Ayurveda are. Today we would say Ayurveda comes from India, but it is much, much older than the country India. So it is originated from the Indian subcontinent, from the Himalaya region to be precise, from the Vedic culture. The Vedic culture is a very ancient culture, and there the knowledge was passed on orally in the beginning, so it is very hard to date that culture. Only later on they began to write their knowledge down. From there we have the Vedas. Maybe you've heard of the Vedas. The Vedas are 4 books from that culture which contain the knowledge of Ayurveda, ancient rituals, like we see still, these rituals are still practiced today in India. We see ancient mantras in the Vedas, and we also have the whole knowledge of yoga in the Vedas, as well as Vastu Shastra. Vastu Shastra is the Vedic version of Feng Shui, so the science of how to put things in your house, where to put the house, and all this. So this Vedic culture was a highly developed culture in that Himalaya region, and they also came up with Ayurveda. Ayurveda is the science of a long and healthy life. The science how to maintain a long and healthy life. On the opposite, maybe a little black humor on this end, we have the Western medicine that's more of the science of a long life. Western medicine tries to stretch the life as long as possible, but the life quality is not that important. We just try to not die for very long. So in Ayurveda, it is very important that you have the quality of life, that you maintain joyfulness, that you maintain a health in the sense that you can still enjoy your life. And at the same time, you grow old. So here we focus on a long life, but also on a healthy long life. And for this, Ayurveda is using different methods. So we are trying to, if Ayurveda is trying to keep you healthy. There are certain techniques and methods which are used when you're already sick, when you have some problem, to bring you back to balance. But in general, most of the science focuses on maintaining health, keeping you healthy so you don't even fall sick. And we have different methods there. One of the methods is the diet. We will look into this in a different lecture, Ayurvedic diet, how can you implement this into your daily life. But this is one of the main techniques in Ayurveda. The food we eat matters a lot. It brings the energy into our body. So if we eat good food which suits my body, I will be healthy. If I eat bad food, if I eat things which need more energy to be digested than what it actually gives me, not good for me. So the first method of Ayurveda is the diet. Second method are massages. Sounds very lovely, and it is. If you ever get the chance of getting an Ayurvedic massage, go for it. It's amazing. Massages are a technique to detoxify the body, to get all the toxins out. And at the same time, through the strokes, the energy flow in the body is promoted. So it also brings the energies into all parts of the body, and that is very important. If, for example, if you have an office job, if you sit a lot, there is not enough energy going into your legs, for example. Bad posture anyways you get, but that's one part. For this, massage helps. Of course, as well physical exercise, but we'll come to that in a minute. So in massage is also a technique of Ayurveda. There it is mainly about detoxifying the body and bringing the energy system into balance again. It's not about relaxing muscles like a classical massage here in the West would be. Then, so we have diet, we have massage. And the next method would be yoga. As I said before, yoga is a whole science by itself, but we still keep it as a method of Ayurveda as well. But you know, it is all interrelated, it's all sister sciences, so yoga is a very big part by itself. In Ayurveda, when we list it as a method, we mainly list the physical aspects aspects of yoga. So that would be the postures, the asanas, pranayama, that's the breathing techniques, and also mudras, things which you can hold with your hand or your whole body, and bandhas. Bandhas are the energetical locks. So these are the physical parts of yoga, and they are also used in Ayurveda to maintain health. So we have diet, we have massage, we have yoga. Now we also want to do something for our mind. So one more technique of Ayurveda is meditation. Meditation you hear everywhere right now. Meditation is trending. There you have to be a little careful. Not everything is meditation, what is labeled as meditation. So many times it is just like a fantasy journey. It's like you have to lie down and then a soothing voice guides you into a different world, and you have to imagine different things. That's so-called guided meditations. That's not meditation in the classical sense, because meditation actually has the purpose to calm the mind, to bring the thoughts to a still. So when I do a guided meditation, I just focus my thoughts on to some journey. That can help. Is also very relaxing and beautiful. You will also find some guided meditations in this bonus material. But in general, meditation is there for calming the mind and also for observing the mind, so we can realize I am not my mind. And this is very important in Ayurveda, because we're trying to get control over our mind. One big principle in Ayurveda is there's nothing more important than the mind, because the mind is the strongest thing to transform the body. Now, it sounds very complicated. In easy words, if you want to transform your body, you have to use your mind. If you want to create health in your body, your mind can do that. On the opposite side, you can also create disease in your body with your mind. So for now, we don't have any control over our mind. It's just running wild and creating whatever it wants to. But as soon as we get control over our mind, we can decide to be healthy. We can set our mind right, so our mind programs our body to be healthy. That's why this is such an important method in Ayurveda. So, coming back, we had diet, we had massage, we had yoga, and now we had meditation. One more technique of Ayurveda, which is not practiced that much in the West, is panchkarma. Panchkarma, panch is Sanskrit, means 5, karma are actions, the 5 actions. This is the term for the 5 cleansing techniques of the body. That includes enema, for example, or full drainage, where you drink 3 liters of salt water, you perform a series of asanas, of body postures, and like this, the water is pressed through your body very fast, and then you have to go to the toilet. So it cleanses your complete digestive tract. Then there is also nasal cleansing and bloodletting. So I don't want to go too deep into this, because this you should practice with an experienced practitioner, with an Ayurvedic doctor even, and this is nothing you should do by yourself if you have never done it before. If you're experienced in it, you can do it eventually by yourself at home, but to learn it, you should learn it from someone who really instructs you nicely. So these are panchkarma. In the West, we find some panchkarma retreats, where you go for a week to a fancy retreat place and they do these cleansing techniques with you. Is something which you should consider if you're already sick. If you have more severe issues with your body, then this can help big time. So, panchakarma. And then we have the last technique of Ayurveda. It's called Dravyaguna. Dravyaguna is the science about plants and minerals. So in the ancient texts, we find long lists of which plants to use for what ailments, how to pick them, when to pick them, how to dry them, how to prepare them, how to administer them, and all this. Like, it's a huge science. The pity here is, or the pity is that these plants are all from the Indian subcontinent. So it is not very useful for us in the West, because one of the principles of Ayurveda is also that you should eat regional and seasonal. So our body is programmed to the things which grow around us. They say around 50 kilometers around the place where you were born. Everything outside of that range, it is a little difficult for your body to digest. If you live in a different place for a longer time, your body will adjust to that. But in general, it is not recommended that we are here in the West and we bring all the Indian stuff shipped into us and eat it. It's better if you find local versions of that. So all the herbs which are mentioned in Ayurveda are actually from India, but we also had our queen of herbs, so to say, in Europe, and that is Hildegard von Bingen. So if you're interested in herbal medicine, you should get into her knowledge. She was a nun, and she really went very deep and figured out a lot of healing purposes of many plants. So if you want to get into this, go to Hildegard von Bingen if you live in Europe. Or also in the US, Europe and US, we have quite similar plants, so you can check this out. More similar than what it is to India. Yes, so these are the techniques of Ayurveda. Ayurveda is the science of maintaining health.